my lovely zodiacs, how are you all? And I am back. In the last video you saw all the planetary positions and the changes, retrogrades, drama that is happening in the sky in the month of November 2025. Now all this is happening in the sky. We definitely need to check how it's going to affect each one of us. What is the impact? What is expected out of us? How do we embrace this? How do we welcome this in our life? What do we learn from this? And how do we move forward for our highest good from all this chaos and all this drama? So it's very important that we see it in massive length and a lot of detail for each zodiac. So sit back, relax. This is going to be a long video, and whether it's for your zodiac or your family member or your friends, do share it with them, because I promise you, if you follow this particular guidance and if you cross this month of November with your guidance 100%, with faith and with belief, you cross this and follow it, you will message me and you will tell me, Janvi, I cannot believe the results. I cannot believe the outcome, and I can't believe that these are the rewards that I have received in such a short period of time. I'm guaranteeing you that. So sit back, relax, just stop everything and make a cup of tea, sit with it and enjoy this ride. So let's begin on the impacts of these planetary positions that are happening on Aries, and what should Aries do and how they must get the highest good and the finest result from all this cosmos shift and whatever you may call it. Aries, let's see what's happening. Aries, you must think outside the box. You are having such a miser mentality. You know, your success is there. I promise you, it is just there. You're seeing everything else, but you're not looking at where your answer is, because your answer is so in your face. It's so easy, it's so small. Of course, it's a small answer with massive big success and big result. You are just completely ignoring it. You're a very guilt-driven zodiac for quite some time. I even said this, guilt card came for Aries in some other reading also. I very categorically remember I've just said this in one of the recordings. So you're a very guilt-driven zodiac for quite some time, and you're still, but you know what, your guilt is also misguided. It says where and what you should be guilty about. You're not guilty about that at all. And where you should not be guilty, you are just like, oh, I'm so guilty. It's a very miser mentality, very small thinking, and we don't expect that from you, Aries, because you're the leader of the zodiac, and hence all the other 11 zodiacs follow your lead and your direction, and your energy is what grows on each one of us, which are soon after you. So you have to find your success. First thing first, no arguments, no fights in this month. And you can't be selective. I can't fight with so and so, I can't fight with so and so, but I can fight with my wife, I can fight with my girlfriend, I can fight with my husband, I can fight with my parents. No. When it's a no fight, it's a no fight zone. You can't have selective energies don't work like that. The planets don't work like that. You need to think big. You need to think outside the box, because there is success, there is celebration only if you stop being guilty. You're so guilt driven. You're doing things for yourself driven by guilt, that, oh, I'm guilty that I did not do that. That's not going to happen. You're so misleading your own self. You're the leader of the zodiac. And if you mislead yourself, please tell me, where is the hope? So maybe you need to find a leader, or you need to find a guide for yourself, because clearly you are not leading anywhere. You need to kind of zip your mouth this month. You're also, I find you standing up for someone and defending someone, and trust me, whomever you're defending this month is going to make a massive fool of you if this person is an outsider. Yes, if this is a family person, I understand you can defend that person. If somebody is like your brother, sister, I get it. But you're absolutely defending somebody random who's not a part of your life. Maybe you've just met, or probably you know, but this is in your heart, in deep of your heart, you know it's an unnecessary defense. And that is also one reason you're very guilty for, or you will find yourself guilty, because that will lead you a lot of bitterness inside. People will not like you. And you, even in this month, you please try not to be a know-it-all. Just relax, let people be who they are. Don't correct them too much, don't guide them too much, don't become a self-appointed leader for others, because people are not receiving it well. Be a little low profile, step back, and be a little low profile in everything. Whatever you're doing, like forever you're doing this 100, bring it down to 60-40, whatever it is. Whether it's your eating habits, focus on that. Watching TV, reduce that. Fitness also, even to fitness, even to good things and the bad things, everything needs to tone down and come to a very nice balanced ground. And that is when you see all this and you're like, okay, I need to do this more, I need to do this less. It's a very, the cards are like you being so extremist for no reason. You have no reason for what you're doing. You're being a rebellion without a cause. You don't know what your cause is. You have absolutely no idea what your cause is, but you are rebelling. You are on your journey. So what is happening? You being a fire zodiac, rebelling without a cause, it's infusing, like it's so much burning and so much anger inside. You don't expect to create something out of all this. You don't expect to get success out of all this, because success comes with humility, being humble, being productive, being creative. But if you are just such a fireball, what's going to happen? I mean, you'll create fire out of fire, but you're aiming for something totally different in life. And as I said, you're just you're feeling, it's a card of an outsider, and then there's a card of a fighter fighting, and then there's a card of miser. These are all together. You're feeling such an outsider that you're putting up a fight so much to get in something. You want to get in a social circle, you want to be a part of it, you want to get in a particular gang or something. And that is what is a miser thinking. If you are not a part of something, do you understand and do you trust that the universe has decided you to be somewhere else, much higher, much better? That's what I'm saying. The lock is open. You feel, I have to open this gate and get into here, and then I have to be a part of all this. No, you're not destined to be a part of all that. You're not. That's a very small thinking, because the universe is thinking way big for you. You're just being very, and once you crack that code, the card of success is there. If you can see, there is a card of celebration. Okay. But having said that, the card of guilt has also come with it. So, Aries, because of course you're the leader of the zodiac, you're a fire zodiac, so your ego is also very high. So when you start getting success, you start celebrating life, you have everything that you ever needed around you, then don't do things which will make you guilty. Then don't do things like that. Be humble. Be a little understanding of yourself. So all this clarity, all this understanding you need to have in this Mercury Jupiter retrograde. You owe this to yourself, Aries. You have been going through a transformation for way too long now. Your transformation is just prolonging and prolonging, because the universe has no space or time concept. The universe is in no hurry. If you're taking too long for transformation, the universe will also sing. You've been the same saga for years. The universe is not in a hurry, but you have to somehow, as I said, let go of this stubbornness and let go of this defending. You are one of those people, I can definitely say, you're defending for the sake of defending. I have to I have to defend. Like you just have to defend yourself. The person that is remotely known to you, you're defending anything that is remotely related to you, even if it's a security guard of your building or the person who works for you, or but you're not here to just understand anything. That is the inner, and your inner guilt is also bothering you because somewhere deep inside you know the truth, or you know your truth also. So you're now stuck in this ball of guilt, and then this guilt is making you more angry with yourself, but you can't be angry on yourself, so you're taking out on others. So you're in this ball, and in the middle of this ball, your card of success and celebration is stuck. Now you need to, in this retrogression, make sure you take full advantage to break through this particular ball and get success and celebration your way. And I'm going to pull 3 more cards to see how you are going to be getting this breakthrough and break this pattern of yours where you don't feel guilty. Of course, you need a lot of patience, you need a lot of maturity, and you're going to travel also. So the travel card is great. There is travel plan. You're going to plan a lot of international travel in this month, or in this whole period of retrograde, which is great. This is important for you, but let's not forget the card of maturity is here. You cannot, Aries, being the first zodiac, let me tell you, it is in many astrologies to be believed the child zodiac also, because you're the first. You're like, you're a baby energy. I have seen Aries who have grown up, like they're really like 40, 50. I know Aries who have been like 75-year-old, 81-year-old, like that also. I've known, but they have very childlike stubbornness. Like, no, I want this. No, it has to be my way. How he didn't listen to me? So that kind of maturity, you have to work. I understand your zodiac is stubborn child. It is like that, but that doesn't mean that you can't strike a balance. That doesn't mean you cannot become a matured human, whether you're a girl or a boy. You have to work on this. You have to do this for yourself, because there's so much promising, like it's so promising for you. Have that patience to get matured. You feel you're very matured in your own la la land. Your actions are not matching your words at all. Your words could be very wise and very matured, but when it comes to action, there's anger, agitation, defense is ready, pushing away. And in the bargain, what's happening? The cards show that you're pushing the good energies out of your life and attracting the energies which are eating your energy and going. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to strike a balance. You have to put your ego down, and that is the biggest requirement that the universe has from you in this 2 massive retrogrades in the month of November. Get your ego in check, because I promise you, my lovely Aries, success is yours, celebration is yours. The universe is not, unfair. It has destined these 2 things for you for a very long time. You break through, show that change, go grab it. It's high time you get your hands on your success and your celebration. I can't say much. So yeah, just in good month for you. You have to make it extremely good for you. So keep that in mind. Let's see what's happening in this month of all these retrogradations of Mercury and Jupiter and beautiful November 2025. What's happening with Taurians? All right, Taurians. Not bad. So far, so good. Okay, one thing is definitely there in this Mercury retrograde. Everybody's just angry, burning with like fire. But the creator is on your side, my lovely Taurians. There is a lot of intuition in this particular month for you. You are you're going to literally feel and say that I think I'm connected to divinity. There's some divine power that is in there is an intervention, and I'm being guided, and where I need not be, I'm being stopped there, and right place, right time, I'm just put in that situation. So that's amazing that the creator is doing this for you. Definitely you have been a little up and down emotionally and mentally this whole year, but this is the time that you're going to find a lot of stability, and you'll feel like, no, I'm glad what universe did to me. It was the right thing. I would have otherwise completely messed it up for me. So that is definitely there. A lot of courage is there. You're going to embark on some new contract, some new endeavors, and you're going to kind of get onto that new journey. All those new meetings and desires are happening where your work is concerned, and Taurians want to fly high. They want to go high in life, and they want to only focus on that now. They just don't want to budge from their craving towards growth, towards abundance. They want an abundant life. Like Taurians are like, I want my parents to do well, I want my children to do well, I want myself to do well. I mean, they're not very, Taurians by nature are not very happy if people, in their circle do better than them. They don't like it. Honestly, they don't like it. They're happy if their friends are doing well, but they can't do better than them. That is a thing that really irritates Taurus. It's in air, like how Aries are and every zodiac have their own eccentricities. Taurians are born jealous, okay? In deep down, they're just always, sometimes they get jealous of their own children also. They get jealous of their own parents. They can get jealous of their partner. It's just a zodiac. Organically, it's just like, what, really? So it's the nature of the zodiac. It's okay. Don't take it too seriously. This is who you are. Now, come on. If you are made like this, then clearly universe accepts you this way, and that's what's is very endearing about you. But having said that, in this retrograde of Mercury and Jupiter together, with so much drama happening in the middle of Saturn and Uranus also coming in, if you have seen the last video, this is a very party in the sky month. So in this whole thing, Creator has got your back. Creator is giving you success. Creator is giving you courage. Creator is helping you to handle your anger also, because there's a lot of anger. Taurians are irritated. They are like, why am I surrounded by such incompetent people? Why can't they be as smart and as fiery and as go-getters like me? That's the kind of energy. Taurians are so irritated. They're like, why can't you just feel the passion that I feel? But if everybody was like you, where would you be, my friend? So let people be that incompetent. It's okay. That makes you special. That makes you extraordinary, unique. But if you start looking for that uniqueness in everyone, and then when you find somebody extraordinary, then you get jealous. Like, what? There is no win-win with you. There is a constant, this kind of a problem with you, Taurus. So you need to break through from that. There's a little bit of stress that you're feeling where your children are concerned in this month. You're a little concerned in this retrograde. You're a bit like a little worried about their mental health, and you're like, is my child like in the right group of friends, right company? Are they thinking right for their career? Are they moving in the right direction? So all the children related stress are there for Taurians in this whole retrograde. But rather than stressing out, I'm going to tell you to have a conversation with your child. I understand that your child is also in the retrogression and is also having his or her own tantrums and denials and pushback energy. If your child is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then good luck having a conversation with them. You'll have to go through a very reverse psychology with them in order to get your point across. But if your child is not any one of these zodiacs, I don't think it should be that difficult. You'll have an easy conversation. And if your child is a water body, then it's even much better. Water bodies, whether they agree with you, they don't agree with you, but they like conversation. They like ki baatein karo, kuch say something kind of a thing. So it's fine, you'll manage it, you'll handle it, Taurians. But even in this whole retrogression drama where the creator is with you, you're very, very intuitive, you've got such great new ideas, new plans, moving in new direction. In the middle of all this, I want you to watch your health also. I want you to give a new direction to your fitness, a new direction to your lifestyle, what time you sleep, what time you eat, and what are you kind of, because you're just angry at everybody for your bad habits. You're getting angry at your husband, you're getting angry at your wife, you're getting angry at your cook, you're getting angry at your house help, your parents for like feeling unhealthy. But it's not that. I mean, you have to take accountability and responsibility for your own health. Yes, your people are there, your support system is there, your family is there, your house help is there, whoever is there, they're there to support you. But they're not there to take blame, because you have to put that foundation for your fitness and for your health. And then there are these people who are there, they're going to support you in all this. But having said that, I'm going to pull 3 more cards, and I'm going to see how we are going to manage this whole unnecessary stress that Taurians are going through. It's okay, that's your transformation, and you're a bit, the stress is coming from a little evil eye also. People are a little jealous and talking about your success, and they are going through all that, and in the middle of all this, you are like, you can feel it somehow. Your soul, your energy, your gut is it is catching that evil eye. It is getting affected by that evil eye. So I'm going to tell you to take the chance and go to a pilgrim, whether it's a temple, mosque, or church. Just go step out of your house. As we step, if our mood is not good, we go for a movie. Even if we have all the streaming happening on our television, we still go out. Even if we have the best cook in our house and we have the best cuisines cooked in our house, we still step out, dress up, go to a restaurant, fine dining, to lift our mood up. So like that also, like that, similarly, when you are going through that whole dark energy impact, and you're feeling like everything is good, but I'm not feeling it because there's an evil eye, there's a kind of a jealous energy that has hit you. Just go to a pilgrim, do your prayers regularly, make sure there is a spiritual pattern in your life. Don't step out of the house without praying. Have a cleanse, have a salt bath every other day. And you'll be very surprised, very, very surprised. But I can tell you that, Taurians, that I've seen many Taurians, they give themselves the evil eye. Like sometimes they'll be like, they just talk to themselves and they're like, this is doing so well, I'm in the right path, the right direction. And boom, their own soul kind of blocks it. So I'm not saying fine, don't talk to yourself. I'm saying just have a cleanse, and your own soul has to be in your favor and not give you evil eye. That only happens when you pray, whether you chant mantras, you do your namaz, you read your surahs, or you read your psalms, if you're reading Bible, whatever is your belief. But in your belief, you need to pray. That is extremely important. So chanting, praying, all this is extremely important for you to get that balance and not get hit by these dark energies and these evil eye and jealousy and all that stuff. And rest, brilliant cards for you. Just go on your creative side. The universe is with you, the creator is with you. Just keep creating unconditionally. Don't try to hold anyone back because you're jealous or you're feeling insecure. Don't do that, because that also karma comes and hits you in the form of stress and depression. So don't do that. Let's see what's happening with Geminis in all this drama of Mercury retrograde and Jupiter retrograde and yada, whatever is happening just towards the end of 2025. And Geminis, Geminis want to take a trip to their lover, and they are like, but they can't. They want to go be with their lover, but they can't. It's not happening. They're conditioned. They are just they're not able to do what they want to do in their love life. They're very frustrated in their love life in the month of November. With all this retrogression, they are feeling my lover is there and I'm here and what is happening. So there's a lot of communication gap. And of course, when Mercury is retrograde and you are on a long distance relationship, the Wi-Fi, the internet is anyway annoying. Communication becomes very challenging, and that is taking a definite mental toll on you, and you're not able to concentrate on anything. I mean, usually Geminis are dual nature, so they kind of, they just kind of merge or just make things happen everywhere. But when Geminis are not okay in their love life, they are a mess. They just are so forgetful. Half their brain goes to their heart when they are in love. Okay, so their whole, the whole mind and heart ka pura, the whole wiring becomes one, and they become so forgetful and so irresponsible. So what I'm seeing in your cards, Geminis, are frivolous, stupid goof ups and mistakes throughout this retrogression, and you are being so forgetful, and you're being so, because your heart has not only gone to your lover, your brain has also gone to your lover, your kidney, liver, everything has gone to your lover in energy form. Everything is with the lover. So come back to this planet, come back to reality, and because your lover has only given you the heart and you have given rest of the other organs also. So that's not going to work. As I said, you're craving to have a trip or some travel with your lover. Nahi ho raha, it's not happening, at least not now. Don't make travel plans also, because you'll be very frustrated with these plans and you'll be like, what is happening and why and then you'll end up fighting with everybody, and all that's happening. A lot of you Geminis are even planning to take even if there's no lover situation, they want to travel, they want to go to a new country, they want to see some new cultures, and they just want to take a break. But I'm just saying is, don't do it in the month of November. Anyway, you're planning to travel later than November, so might as well plan then only. Now wherever you want to go, there are bloody 10 flights a day, and the traveling has become the most easy thing. It's easier than cooking nowadays. I think when taking a flight and going somewhere is the easiest thing. It's so why are you stressing about it now? So even if it's a lover situation or not lover situation, I'm going to tell you not to make any travel plans, or at least try to force other people also to, chalo, yeah, let's take this trip and let's do this and all. Somehow it's not happening. There's a lot of khichdi. And if at all you Geminis are planning to take a trip with the lover, there'll be fights and irritation there. And if you're going with your friends and group or some kind of like that, there is. So Geminis are going to be a little bit irritated and with their surroundings in this month. And in all honesty, I'll tell you, Geminis in this retrograde will also look back a bit, and they'll be like, you know what, I don't think my selection of people in my life is good, whether it's in love life or friends also. Mostly I think it's social life. They'll be like, you know what, if I need to grow in life, I need to be with those people who have the same goal and same mentality, and they also want to grow in life. But you're finding yourself a little stuck in this rut mentality, and you're like, nobody's really, I mean, I am with these friends for last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and whatever they were talking and doing 10 years ago is the same thing they're doing even now. So all these kind of realizations are coming to Geminis, and they're like, is my growth stuck because of this? Because I'm stuck, and I'm also not able to move the energies, and I'm not moving the people around me, and I'm not knowing those new, probably successful and more dynamic energies in my life. So you are going to contemplate all that, you're going to think on all that, and you'll be like, maybe I need to do a cleanse of people. I'm not saying that cut off with your old friends and no. I'm just saying compartmentalize life, make some compartments in your life. These are your friends, they're your support system, they're your strength. When you need to progress also. You need to meet new people also, other people also. You need to connect with their mentality, their experiences also. And that's something that is missing in your life, Geminis. And Geminis don't like that. They don't like a bland life. They constantly want some spice, some sugar rush. They want all that, and they get all that with their relationships, because there are two relationships in their one body. There are two different energies, very extreme energies in their body. So Geminis are one of the zodiacs, I always say, besides Librans, they can have so many different shades of people in their life, and they can actually get along with each one of them very, very well. They can have the most successful people, most intellectual people, most boring people, and most hyperactive people. They can be BFFs with everybody. That is the beauty of your zodiac. So why are you not able to make that breakthrough? Why are you stuck in that, this whole thing? You're a bit thinking of all that also. You're a bit irritated in this Mercury retrograde. I'm going to pull 3 more cards to see what is the breakthrough from all this. Okay. Yes, you are not running, walking, or even seeing in the direction of abundance. You've become too comfortable. I'm sorry, Geminis. You're like, yeah, fine. If this keeps coming, if this keeps happening, I'm fine. But somewhere deep down in your soul is not fine. Your soul is not happy with the decisions you're taking. Your soul isn't like, no, I'm here for bigger things. I'm here to do bigger, better things. What am I doing? Like, what are you making me do? So you have somewhere created an inner conflict. This is an inner conflict. I want you to meditate in this entire retrogression, in this entire month of November. Please promise me you need to do 35-minute meditation every day. Even if and please don't concentrate in your meditation. Just sit. Even if you're staring at one thing, I'm not going to say close your eyes, but maybe if you're just sitting in your room, just keep staring at one thing for 35 minutes. Of course, don't go like, okay, looking here, also looking, don't do that. Just keep staring at something. Maybe light a candle and stare at that, or light just something you like, and you just set your eyes on it, set your alarm for 35 minutes and stare. And then don't try to concentrate. Allow whatever is coming in your mind, whatever is the thought, good, bad, ugly, let it come. Some thoughts will shock you. Some thoughts your soul will throw such experiences from the past, such episodes from the past. Some thoughts will be like, oh my God, that person really messed with me. And sometimes you'll be like, oh my God, I think I really messed this up. I need to fix this. You need to empty this vessel. You need to. You are in that position. Like it's the need of the hour. Geminis, you need to do this, and I promise you will get such amazing answers in this month of November. Amazing. You'll be like, wow. So you need to do that. You need to sit back with yourself, and somewhere you need to hold yourself accountable also, and you need to tell yourself, oh my God, this person did this to me, but you know what, I really messed up in that direction. So I can't force others to do right to me, but where I did wrong, I can fix that. Once you do this, I promise you in 48 hours, you will say, I was rewarded by the universe. In 48 hours. You will comment and write this to me. I promise you that. So please follow that, my lovely Geminis, and move forward. It's a brilliant month for you. And I just need to see how brilliant you are to yourself. I mean, the planets love you. You love Mercury retrograde. Your ruling lord is Mercury, and Mercury is retrograding. So you really need to look back. You really need to evolve from your previous actions. Yes, we can address what people have done wrong to you, but we can't hold themselves accountable. We can only hold ourselves accountable for our karma. You do that job. That's it. Rest, have faith, trust the universe, and see what happens. You're so going to love it. Let's see what's happening with Cancerians. in the month of November 2025 with all the Mercury retrograde, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. Wow. I'm excited to pull cards for my zodiac. Let's see what's happening. Oh, the first card is of creativity, and Cancer is all about creativity. It's ruled by Moon. So, and Jupiter is retrograding in Cancer. So the creativity definitely has to expand to next level. So what has to be done? Oh, wow. Alhamdulillah, I love my cards. Thank goodness. These are such beautiful cards for Cancerians. And I said that in the previous video also. This Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, it's all about I, me, myself. Finally, Cancerians are, see the card. I mean, in all the cards, you are like on your own. So, let me tell you this statement. It's extremely important, Cancerians. You are not alone. You are on your own. There's a big difference. Stop. Tell this to yourself 1,000,000 times a day. I am not alone. I am on my own. I am not alone. I am on my own. This has to be the mantra. If you're on your own, you are the most connected to your creator inside. You are the moon child. Understand your strength. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this. First card is of creativity, then is of existence. You exist and that's all that matters. Then there's a card of playfulness, dance, music. It's all about this whole month. Cancerians is for self-love for you, period. End of the story. There is no bullshit there. You only do this and have trust. You see, you'll fly high. You'll just fly high effortlessly. You'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even put any hard work and look at the amount of success coming my way. Oh my God, why this person is calling me? Like, really? You want me to, like, unexpected, like unimaginable gifts and rewards and opportunities. All you need to do is be carefree. That is the key. But if you're going to sulk, pity party and stress because it's your nature, then the creator will be also like, okay, then this much only, like that. No, but if you want full abundance, full beautiful cards, friends are also coming, new friends, friendliness, and the master is behind you. I swear not, till now I'm not pulled 6 best cards for any zodiac, but these are the 6 best cards in the deck which have come for Wallah, Cancerians. So, yes, as selfish as I may sound, but it's about time. The Jupiter retrograding in Cancer wants me to be selfish and I, me, myself. So I'm definitely going to listen to Jupiter because I love that planet. It's the largest planet in cosmos. It's got some nearly 200 moons of its own and still counting. I think it's more than 220 by now. The count keeps changing. So yeah. Need I say more? But I will. And there are a few things I'm going to tell you to do is physically be very, very active. The card of moving is there. Body has to stretch and flow. Maybe get into music workouts. I'm starting from tomorrow. Music workouts. It's all about music and it's all about dancing for you Cancerians. So that is extremely important. The more you dance, the more your feet are going like, like that with the pulse, with the rhythm. There is some alignment that is happening spiritually. There's some alignment that's happening to all your chakras, to all your planetary position. And there is so many new people coming in your life in the month of November. You'll be like, what is this retrograde? Why Mercury is being so kind to you? Mercury is being Mercury, okay? It's actually the magic is of Jupiter retrograde in Cancer that is giving you this reward after squeezing you for almost a year. You're like, wow, I thought my planets have totally forgotten about me and why God gave me such good and now took it all away from me. No, it's coming in 10 folds, the whole gift and the reward, because, Cancerians are immensely patient also. So whoever have patiently paid off their karma and, you know, paid their due, they will be rewarded in many folds. So there is absolutely no doubt about that in my mind. As I said, the master is also behind you. So be humble, be still connected to your almighty, your spirituality and your God, and your praying. Be very humble. I want you to enjoy the fruits coming in your life, enjoy the success coming your way, but don't believe it. I always tell this to people, don't believe it, just enjoy it. Because once you start believing it, ego goes high and you start owning it and you start believing, oh, it is all me, it is I did this, enjoy it, it's coming your way, just enjoy it. And have gratitude for that universe and that planetary position that you were born in, and then it's your time to be rewarded, and maintain that. Anybody who is going through any amount of success or good time, small or big, if they actually start believing that it's nothing to do with me, it's my timing is right, if they respect that this time is right, you will see those people will always have the right time, because they have given the credit where it's actually due. But the egos are so high, we take the credit on our own. This is all my doing. No, give the credit where it's due, whether it's due to the timing, whether it's the support of your family, support of your loved ones, support of your parents, your spouse, your children, or your siblings. When you give that credit, you never lose your success. I promise you, you never lose it. That is the truth. You may get through some testing time, but you won't lose it. The universe might test you where you will feel a little vulnerable about your position and your success, but you won't lose it. But the minute you start feeling it's not the time, it's me, then you will be at least given a reality check every now and then by the universe. So, yes, if I made any sense, do comment on it. And if I didn't make any sense, then don't comment on it. I'm a Cancerian. I'm very emotional. I like to only read good things. So having said that, please, Cancerians, be humble. Enjoy this period. You have paid your due. I'm not pulling 3 more cards for you. You're fine. You've got the best 6 cards in the deck. Let's not be greedy and be content with that. The Creator is with you. Trust is there. Stress-free, dancing through this month. Awesome. Chill karo. Relax. Let's see what's happening with Leos, with all this retrogression in November of Mercury and Jupiter, and Leos are Leos then. You are one zodiac I am most nervous pulling cards for, but I have to do my job. I'm going to do it. Leos, let's see what's happening with you. Not bad. Cute. Actually very cute. Oh, I like this transformation Leos have made. Bravo. Finally, Leos have come to the energy of sharing is caring. Leos can be very, yeah, sometimes they can be. Also a little jealous zodiac. Being so compassionate and then jealousy comes, it's such a dilemma Leos go through. Sometimes Leos themselves don't understand. When they come to giving, they're giving everything. And when they come to this irritation and jealousy and stinginess, trust me, to get a tissue paper from them, you'll have to hear 2 things you'll hear at least 2 taunts or something you'll hear, and then you'll get that tissue paper. That's Leos for you. And sometimes when you ask for even their BMW, they'll be, yeah, these are materialistic things. My car is your car, my house is your house, my money is your money. But oh no, my handkerchief, what, like, where are your manners? Like, they can be so big-hearted and very small-hearted at the same time. So but I like your cards where it's like you have an awareness of this. You have spoken to yourself this year, especially in your month of Leo. And after that, even in the month of Virgo, you've had some divine intervention. You have spoken about your own weaknesses with not only yourself, but you have spoken probably about some people, with some people around you. And you're like, you know what? I'm not even wanting somebody to fix for me. I want to fix myself. Rest ke Sarah. I don't care what's happening to the world. I don't care about who is around me and what they behave and what they say. I need to fix myself. I need to behave myself. And that is where, Leo, your whole focus is on self-improvement, evolution, growth. You want to evolve as a soul. You want to know where your correction is. You want to know what is your journey, and you really want to know how you can do things better, not only for yourself and for people around you. And that's such a pleasant change, my lovely Leos. As I said, sharing is caring is not every Leo's virtue, but it's somehow growing on you, and I'm very proud of you. I'm loving to see that you want to kind of share your wisdom and your fortune and your blessings and your opportunities, and you're like, why not? What is mine will anyway will be mine. Where your love life is concerned, you look a little, I won't say bored, but I think you're in a good place. It's a healthy place. It's a no drama space. So sometimes when we have no drama in a relationship, we start believing it's boring. No, it's not. So hold on to it, because it's a good space. And Leos attract such unnecessary drama anyway in their life. When they don't have drama, they feel very out of character. They feel very out of space. They feel like that's not normal. But honestly, you need to manifest. In this retrograde, you need to tell yourself that I am going to manifest and create a no drama life for me. Every relationship, whether it's my work, whether it's my love life, whether it's my relation with my parents, my children, my friends, my lover, my spouse, my boss, my colleagues, wherever is any connection, even with my God, I want no drama. It's a drama-free life. So your manifestation should be in this whole month of Mercury retrograde. When you wake up, when you sleep, you should say, I have a drama-free life. You can't say, I don't have drama, because the universe doesn't process a negative affirmation. So you can only say, I have a drama-free life. I have a drama-free day. And I'm speaking the truth. Oh my God. This is a sign. When you sneeze, this is from the universe. I promise you, just say this. And please, in the month of December, when you are out of all these retrogression, come back to this video and do write in the comment section that how drama-free your whole life is and how drama-free you are. Because let me tell you one thing, Leos. You are the creator of dramas. You do reverse drama. Like, you will not do the drama, but you will make sure, you'll pick a person and you'll make sure that you get the drama out from that person. Very nice. You are the curator of drama. But all this is going to change when you just affirm this every day. I have a drama-free life. Having said that, your health looks okay. As I said, you're just in your social life and your love life. It's too comfortable, and that's when it's making you feel very ordinary. And I want you to, I don't want to say this enough. I want to nail it in your head that it's not ordinary. It is actually first time in your life you're in an extraordinary space of love and friendship. This is extraordinary because it's too comfortable. It is too calm. It's too peaceful. So it's not boring, it's not ordinary, it's extraordinary. A lot of Leos want to lose weight. I see in this whole Mercury retrograde. I'm with you on this, brother. I'm on the same journey. So anyway, my card said that I have to dance every day, which I will. So, but you also need to work out. You need to go on a calorie deficit diet. I think you're really eating wrong, like bad food habits and bad eating timings, all that's really messing your system up. So the Mercury retrograde wants you to get that clarity also, where fitness is concerned. Your heart health needs to be watched. So if any one of you is going through breathlessness and palpitation, please get your arteries checked and get your cholesterol levels also really checked, Leos. I want you to watch all that a bit, even if you're not overweight, I want you to check your cholesterol levels for sure. And as I said, if you're feeling any breathlessness or palpitation, just meet the doctor. The doctors are there. Like, we all are here for a purpose, right? The doctors also like studied for like 5, 10, 15 years and became a specialist. Go pay a visit. It's no big deal. That'll get you a little relief, and we'll get doctor some business. That's how the planet runs. It's fine. Sometimes I'm your bread, sometimes you are my bread. It's okay. So no problem in that. Just don't, just don't push it under the rug. Just take charge of your health. That's the only place I see your mental health and your physical health where you're just being too, that's not going to work. So yeah, fix it. Whatever it is, fix it. I'm going to pull 3 more cards for Leos and see what is an extra help that they can get in order to do. Stop being too intense and go a little silent in this month of November. I want you to become a better listener, because I feel somewhere in the middle, where Mercury retrograde is changing Sagittarius and it's going in Scorpio, which is happening on 18, 19, 20th. Those 3 days, bite your tongue. You are going to say something you may regret for a very long time. So, I'm going to repeat again. Bite your tongue. Silence. Actually, I want you to be silent throughout the month. Speak very limited. Speak when spoken to. Somebody asks you advice, tell them, I don't know it, figure it out. I could be wrong also. So just try to speak minimal and do not get into any conflicts or contradictions. Do not do that, because somewhere they are backfiring you. And like Aries, you are also defending somebody where it is none of your business. And you are going to get very bad name for it. So what's not your battle, don't fight it. I'm even not allowing you to fight your battles. I'm saying choose your battles. All the battles in your life are not to be fought. Some are just experiences. And here you are going with your bag and baggage, fighting somebody else's battle, and you are just going to embarrass yourself and get very humiliated there. So don't do that. Bite your tongue, pull yourself out of that. I understand you'll say, Janvi, but sometime back you said sharing is caring. Yes, share, but I'm not asking you to fight for everybody, because that's not working. If somebody is going through something, don't fight their battle. Tell them, do whatever you're doing. I'm there for you. I'm there behind you. Whatever happens to you, I'll be there to support you. But don't go in the front side and they say, you get back, I will teach this person a lesson. No, that's not sharing and caring. That's stupidity. So don't do that. Okay? So it's a little tough love for Leos. They always need it, but they don't mind it. Leos are one zodiac. They're so cute and so compassionate. They actually like it if somebody scolds them. They like it. They actually feel ki this is apnapan. This person is close to me. This person is, attached to me, and that's why this person is scolding me. And I love that about Leos. I just love that. It's so cute and it's so endearing. Let's see what's happening in the month of November with Virgos. Virgo, your ruling lord is also Mercury, and Mercury is going retrograde. This is a very strong retrograde. And Virgos who are always right and who know it all. Good luck. Let's see. Ooh, Virgos. Rebel without a cause. क्या चीज के लिए रिबेल कर रहे हो मालूम नहीं, but you're like, everybody is rebelling and it works for them. I'm also going to rebel. So you want to be somebody else in this retrograde. You don't want to be Virgo. You're like, I'm done with being matured. I'm done being so understanding. I'm done being spiritual. I'm also going to be a brat. Good. Let's see how that pans out for you. This drama won't last for long. You'll be back to your inner voice. But I like one thing about your cards, your success is there. You are growing in your work, your job, your business. That month is looking spectacular. Focus on that. Now let go of the personal things. Let go if people are like always expecting you to be understanding and matured and all. It's okay. You focus on where I want you to focus on, and that is success, and that is Lakshmi, and that's money, and that's growth. I see some migration also. I see travel plans also. A lot of workers want to migrate. They want to go to another country. They want to have their family life, their children to settle there, get new jobs. Focus on that. It's the right time. After the middle part of Mercury retrograde, when the Mercury retrograde goes to the second part, which is after the 19th of November, that's when you start your paperwork, you start everything. It is going in your right direction. It is in your success. It is going to migrate you. There is another karma bhumi, karma land that is there for you, and you will go to that country, and that all will happen. And that seed, that foundation is going to be put in this Mercury retrograde, which is amazing. A lot of Virgos want their children also to step out. Even if you are not planning to migrate, you want your children to go maybe to another country to study or get married in another country or find a job in another country. So, but Virgos are only thinking on those lines, and they are like, this one's child is there, this one has gone there, this one is doing this. They have all that calculation also. I'm just going to tell you, do whatever you want to do, but just zip it. Because you're coming across very immature and miser when you're talking to people, and they're like, why is she or he talking so petty? Fine, be competitive. I'm just saying, don't voice it. Put this whole rat race in your head and run in this race. And if you want to reach anywhere in this race, go for it, win it, lose it, whatever it is. But just don't voice it. Because you're being so misunderstood this month. People are seeing you very small-hearted and petty. And I don't like it, because I know Virgos are not like that. They are basically so detached. They are so mature. They are so givers. Yeah, sometimes they give gyan and lecture without asking. And they take they do that. Sometimes it's annoying. And then suddenly they'll get completely detached. Like there's no midway, there's no balance over there. Either they are driving your whole life, they are completely micromanaging your whole life, or next is they are like, to hell with you, I don't care. So thoda balance mein karo, just come somewhere in the middle ground so that you also feel good, the others also feel good, and don't suppress yourself. If you are mature, you are mature. You can't force yourself to be immature, and you can't force yourself to be a brat. It's not working. It's not working. There's a bit of a sibling rivalry or a sibling argument also in this Mercury retrograde. So I don't know, either you're going to end up having a massive fight with your brother or your sister, and then you're dragging your parents in it and all. Don't do it. I understand. You're like, Janvi, but you don't know. My brother or my sister is so unreasonable. They always get away with it. Is this the battle you want to fight? If they've always gotten away with it, that means what? That is the pattern. Your parents are probably okay with it. Don't fight this. Do your karma. Be a good daughter. Be a good son. Be a reasonably good sibling. I'm not saying be a pushover and allow your sibling to walk all over you. But I'm just saying is do as much as you feel comfortable, but don't try to become them. Because you're criticizing them, and then your go-to is that I'll become that person. I mean, how foolish does that sound? Don't do it. Relax. You be you. Let your sibling be your sibling, and you have bigger success in life. Yes, your sibling might win in a fight where your parents might side your sibling, but you're winning in life. The creator is siding you. You're getting more rewards. So choose what you want. It's fine. Sometimes some parents have some, I don't blame the parents. They are always more leaning towards the weaker child, a child who's emotionally more weak. You're emotionally very strong. So the parent always is like, yeah, theek hai, usko chhod do, let it be. I understand. There is life beyond fair and unfair. Try to live that life. And usually you don't care. But somehow in this Mercury retrograde, you are like, enough is enough. Usually you don't care. You're very happy in your whatever life you've created for yourself. You're very proud. You're a very proud zodiac. You're a very home proud body. You're proud of your children. You're proud of you never ever, Virgos are very protective of their family also. No matter how bratish their siblings are, they are still protective. Somehow in this Mercury and Jupiter retrograde, all the parasites are coming up. Suppress them, kill all the spiritual parasites there and then, and be in your element. You're a beautiful zodiac, and keep it that way. Let's see what's happening in this Mercury and Jupiter retrograde with Librans. All right. Very mixed bag for you, Librans. You're not feeling anything. Love is there, lover is there, but you're not feeling the love. Friends are there, you're still feeling lonely. Success is also there, you're not feeling the luxury. Money is there, but you're not feeling luxury. There is a very strange kind of a disconnect that you're having with your own self. And that's what you need to work on. Otherwise, your life is okay. I see things are okay. Your health is also okay. Things are okay. You are not enjoying anything. You're not enjoying the friend circle that you've made. You're not enjoying your success also a bit. And everything is there. Love is there. Good social life is there. Relationships are there. Money is also there. Decent there. You're living good. But you're like this. You're not able to pinpoint the factor that's missing. And I'm going to tell you that factor. What is happening? Virgo, Librans. Like Taurians, your ruling lord is also Venus. And usually Venus ruling lord people are internally a little insecure and jealous. They I won't say they're not happy for you, but they're not happy if somebody goes unse aage ya above. They can't control that. They can't. So somewhere I think what I see is that you want to change that aspect of your life. You are like, you don't want to pull anyone down. You're like, I'm going to get my own growth. I'm going to get my own success, my own pace. So that kind of maturity is lacking. That kind of understanding is lacking in your soul. And that is a conflict that your soul has created. And that conflict needs to come to rest in this particular month. I'm not too sure how comfortable are you in your love life, but clearly you are feeling Librans, though you're a balancer and you are a people pleaser, but you have a very leader quality in you. You're very, you like to take charge. But in your love life, you're feeling like, I don't have any charge. I mean, I don't have the charge. I'm not like, you're just feeling that you're there. You exist in it. You're being driven. And that's quite a very off-putting for Librans, and you are literally you're stuck in your love life. What I'm seeing is somewhere you're stuck. You're like, I don't think I can break through from it, and I don't think I want to be in it. That kind of an exhaustion you are feeling, and yeah, just have a talk. Come out with a solution. Maybe coexist. Maybe, yeah. I think your lover is also in a similar situation. I think if one of you takes the step ahead and talk about it, or gather some guts to talk about it, I think it's fine. But just take full advantage of these retrogrades and get your cards in open and resolve this issue. Rest, you must do some Vipassana. I think you should take a week, 10 days trip to some kind of a retreat. You need to reboot your whole mental health. You need to reboot your whole thinking process. You need to reboot your system. Somewhere you're not only disconnected to your emotions, you're feeling a little disconnected with your body also. Like you're not enjoying, and for me to see Librans not enjoying the luxury and the clothes and the fashion, and it's so weird. You're doing everything for the heck of it. Completely for the heck of it. But there's no spark. There's no thrill. There's no passion. So you need to get in touch with me, or then get in touch with your own self, your inner self. You're disconnected. Your inner self, you're disconnected. So yeah, you gotta take this charge, and you need to take matters into your own hands, and you need to fix this, because you're literally being a little, yeah, blah, very blah mindset ho raha hai. So fix that. But rest, everything is looking good. As I said, everything is there. There is nothing wrong with it. But the problem is that whatever is right is not touching your heart. It's not like, it's like, yeah, you're like, yeah, whatever. Very spaced out. Very, very spaced out. So fix that. Fix that, Librans. Just don't have a love life for the heck of it. That's the worst. That'll drain all your energy. I'll tell you, to be without a relationship at least for 6 months, you need to take a detox. You need to take a cleanse and not be in a relationship. And don't try to find anybody. Let that person, your soulmate, find you. I promise that will happen. But if you only take a break and just take it easy, only then it can happen, right? So yeah. Let's see what's happening with Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios. All this retrogression drama is happening in your month. One is 9th November, one is 11th November. Wallah, very good. Let's see how you are handling all this. Scorpios. Wow. Scorpios have a laid back attitude, and they're like, what is not in my control is, I'm not going to do much about it. I'm going to be lazy, slowing down. Yes, Scorpios, it's taking a mental toll on you. You are, I'm just going to tell you one, I mean, of course, I'll elaborate, but I'll tell you one gist of all your cards: compromise. This is a month of compromise. Just compromise. Even if the other, you before somebody else takes you in that direction, you yourself jump into it and you're like, okay, let's just compromise. Whether it's relationship, whether it's wife, husband, parents, boss, anything, just compromise. Come to the middle ground. And the more you compromise in this month, I promise you, the more you will benefit, you will gain from month after that. And you will actually come back and say, Janvi, these compromises were the best thing I did in the whole year. I'm telling you this. So this time your guru mantra of life is just compromise. Just compromise. Because your past pattern has to be broken. Your pattern is not to compromise. Your pattern is just, no, being stubborn for nothing. No, my way or highway. Show the planets, show Jupiter, show Mercury retrograde, show all these planetary positions that no, I'm capable of compromising. I can do it. And this whole month you just compromise, and you will see you will say, what the hell? Me being so stuck led me nowhere, and with each compromise, I'm jumping leaps and bounds ahead. Yes, that's the magic. That is the magic. Having said that, I want you to have utmost, the most urgent thing that I see that you need to do is take care of your health. I definitely see some deficiencies. Maybe your iron is less, or your cholesterol is high, or your vitamin D is less, or whatever. Your body is not bodying. I mean, I don't say shape or you're like thin or fat. No, you're just not feeling body. You're not feeling it. Your body's lethargic. It's got deficiencies. Vitamins are low. It's like you're not feeling your body. You're feeling somebody else's body. Even if you're like, hypothetically, if you're 30 years old, 40 years old, you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm in a body of a 100-year-old person. Yeah, fix it. Because it can be fixed. I see in the cards. Just a little bit of an hour or so lifestyle change, food habits change, stretching, working out, little changes, and you have to go to the doctor. I see you need to get a thorough checkup done. Thorough checkup done. Female Scorpios, watch your thyroid. Get it checked. You're not comfortable. You're just, just as I said, you're not bodying. You're just feeling out of body, and it's like very, very annoying to Scorpios. So fix it. Take charge of it. And it'll be done. I see the result. I see the result. But only if you, And I'm going to give you one more advice. Go back, Scorpios, go in your past and mend your relationships. You have burnt too many bridges. Too many bridges. And each bridge that you were burning, you thought people will come back running after you. But people have accepted it. They have taken it. They have taken the ashes from all the bridges that you've burned, and they're okay with it. You need to mend those relationships because the card of past is there. And you need to fix your past. You have, there's a huge circus around you. Your whole life is somewhere becoming a circus because your relationships are, you know, the Scorpios always struggle to balance relationships. Hello, everybody is not like, yeah, pro in that. Like, but you have really made a entangled web. And now you don't know whom to go to. So I would suggest you go through your entire 2024, 2025, and whatever bridges you have burned, make a list of every person that you have disconnected. Sit over it, see where you went wrong, see really genuinely where you misunderstood the situation, and try to fix that relationship. Try to fix it. It will be in your benefit. You will really, really thank me for it, Scorpios. So that's the kind of job you need to do in this whole retrograde, and you will see things will be fine, but just take charge and do this. It's fine. Bury the ego. Yeah, I tell you, you will get way more than you can even imagine. But just let go of this ego, which is actually standing in the middle of you and your happiness, your abundance. This ego is leading you nowhere. So just, yeah, pick up your phone, make those calls, and you know, you're very endearing zodiac. People actually forgive you also very fast. They forgive you very, very fast. You're lucky. Doesn't happen with all of us. So just relax and things will be fine. Let's see what's happening with Sagittarians in the month of November 2025 with all this retrogression, Mercury, Jupiter. Oh God, let's see how Sagittarius, because you know, in the Mercury retrograde begins in Sagittarius. It's in the Scorpio month, but Mercury is in Sagittarius. The retrogression begins, and then the second half after 19th it goes to Scorpio. But we are welcoming Mercury retrograde in your zodiac. So we definitely have to see how your state of mind is, because that's going to be very contagious to all of us. So yeah, let's see what's happening with Sagittarians. Oh, oh my God. Sagittarians. So uncool. So my lovely my lovely know-it-all planet, you are one zodiac who knows everything. You know everything. From flying a rocket to cook, to doing tarot, to do astrology, to designing, creating interior. You know it all. And I love that about you. There's so much you can give. But that whole knowledge, all that gyan is actually weighs you down. It doesn't let you fly high. It is becoming the biggest burden of your life burden. Because let me tell you one secret, Sagittarians. All this gyan that you have and all this knowledge that you have is not for you. It's for other people around you who will walk into your life and take that knowledge and go. But what you need can actually come from a person who actually has no knowledge. But you need to put your ego down in order to receive that. Yes, some very unintelligent person, absolutely no knowledge, maybe no wisdom, can be the key to your success, can be that Midas touch for you, can be that luck factor for you. Okay, so you need to look for luck, not for gyan, not for, oh, who is more, only the person who is more intelligent than me or as knowledgeable than me can be beneficial to me. No, you need somebody who can be lucky for you, period. End of the story. End of the story. And some Sagittarians who have cracked this, they've kept their gyan and their knowledge to themselves, and they are very fine. They are very okay to tell even a foolish person, great, yeah, I love it what you're saying. They are actually growing in life. Comment and tell me if that is not happening, Sagittarians. I love you guys. You are one of my most favorite zodiacs. My father was a Sagittarian, immensely knowledgeable guy, but things only worked out for him because he had no ego at all. He was more happy going, like, he'd never belittle people or put people down. He'll be like, yeah, whatever. He found actually, he used to think like, yeah, just spread the knowledge and that's it. So Sagittarians are like that. They spread the knowledge, but their key could be, their key of luck can be actually in the hands of a very foolish person. That's how mysteriously universe works. That's how mysteriously universe brings our ego down and allows us to embrace and love everybody, respect everybody. And that is your learning in all this drama of retrograde. And finally, please learn it. Why? Mercury is retrograding in Sagittarius, which is your zodiac. Jupiter is retrograding. Jupiter is the ruling lord of Sagittarius. It's high time you get it. For your highest good, for your benefit, you please get this story. Because I am sad watching you sad. I am sad watching you depressed. I am sad watching you hopeless. Where there is so much there for you. I see so much. There is the whole world for you. The Creator has decided to give you all. But you have those conditions. The all will come from there. This will come from there. You don't know it. You don't know it. It's going to come from the most unexpected place. So ego down, embrace everybody, respect everybody, love everybody. You also have the same advice. I think I gave to Scorpios or somebody. Be a listener. Zip it. Zip, zip. I think I gave to Leos. They are also fire zodiac. I gave that to Aries also fire zodiac. So all three fire zodiacs. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Zip it. Zip it. Just listen. Be good listeners this month. And yes, take that advice. Foolish advice. It will work for you. It will work in your favor. It will work in your direction. That's how it's going to work. Rest, everything looks fine. You're looking fit. You're looking healthy. You want to get married. All the Sagittarians who are single, they want to propose. I've already given the date in my last video. 26th of November is a very good date to propose to someone. It's a very auspicious planetary transition that's happening. It's amazing. So you can do that. Venus is in a very good situation that day. So 25th, 26th, 27th, the brilliant 26th is the best day to do that. So a lot of Sagittarians want to get married. They want to have a family. But understand the reason you want to do this. Okay, just don't do it for the heck of it. Do it because you feel that connection. You feel that stability. You don't just do it, oh no, I have to do it. I've been dating this person for so many years now. That's not no pity. Don't pity marriage anybody. Don't pity marry anybody. Just do it if you feel it, because it's a lifetime commitment. It's a lifetime thing. If you will do it in a ego way, or feeling greater and I'm going to do a favor on someone, don't do it. But anyway, get all that sorted. I want you to sort your head a little bit, where you bring it like a little, you're just out of balance. I don't know why, Sagittarians, you're going through this. I think this year has taken a toll on your mind, and you're like, what the hell? I know it all. I look good. I'm just so much more intelligent than that person. That's the fact. Now that is the reality. No, the only problem is that your question is correct. You're just not ready to hear the answer. Because you could be anybody and everybody. But if you have the luck, That's what that matters, really. I know some most beautiful looking people. Like everybody is beautiful, but of course some people are like beautiful, like Miss Worlds and Miss Universes. I'm not just saying them, I've not met them, but I'm just saying that kind of beauties. They come to me struggling. There's no love. People, why nobody loves me? And look at her, my this friend, she looks so this, she's so overweight, and she's got like one after the other. She has boyfriends and people are so drawn. It's in the luck. What's there in the planets will come. It's all about what is. So all these experiences of our life, they give us that reality check that we need to be humble, we need to be down to earth, we need to not belittle anyone, because if the Creator has decided to bless someone, then we are nobody to put that person down. If you want blessing in life, I'll tell you one very easy format. I'll tell you this. Whatever is missing in your life, you start giving that in your life. Okay? So don't like, okay, Janvi, if I'm missing money in my life, what are you saying? I give away my money? No. If you are missing, like if you are wanting some few crores to buy a house or something, then start doing small charity. But money should go, whether it's 10, 100, something like that. If you're missing relationships in your life, then push people. Then if you'll actually see if you're having a lot of relationship issues, like you don't get along with your parents, or you don't get along with your friends, you don't get along with your siblings, you get along with nobody. Like so many people I know, they're like, oh my God, my social life is crazy. I don't get along with anyone. They will actually take a trajectory of their life. I promise you, it will be the truth. The whole journey of their life, and every time in their life, they've come across people who will come with their emotional baggage or their relationship baggage. They'll have daddy issues, mummy issues, this issues, and you will be in the position to guide them. And you will be guiding them to kind of pull apart from that, break through from a toxic relationship. Now that karma comes and hits you. So if you are suffering from not having relationships, so all these people that the universe is sending in your direction, you push them to patch up. You tell them, no, it's okay. Figure it out. They are your parents after all. They love you unconditionally. That's your brother and sister. Just you don't become the factor of separating them or giving them that reality check that this is the toxic relationship. Because you know what has happened, the truth is that not only these people have taken your advice, they have given you that energy, they've given you that karmic hit where you were trying to, but they have actually gone back to that relationship. They are still in that toxic relationship. So why are you taking the karmic brunt of it, my friend? Why are you being a karmic brunt of it? So if whatever is missing, if health is missing in your life, then you start funding somebody who is unhealthy. You take, who is poor, who wants medical attention, you take care of their treatments. So whatever is missing in your life, make a list of it. And then start giving that in the universe somewhere, and you will see in a few, slowly. It's a slow process. But in the exact 365 days, when you will finish the circle of a year, you would have fixed a lot of problems. Get? If there's any confusion, just put it in the comment section and I'll try to answer it. But this is what you need to do, Sagittarians. Things are fine. Don't worry. Don't overthink. And don't look for intelligent people. Look for lucky people. Change of plan from today. Change of thinking. Luck is all that matters. Got it? You're a good zodiac. You've got the best smile, the best set of teeth, and the best smile. If any zodiac has, it's Sagittarians, hands down. So please keep smiling. Don't hide that smile. That's your biggest weapon, if I may say so. Let's see what's happening with Capricornians in this whole month of November. Mercury is retrograde. Oh my God, I don't even want to see what will happen in Capricornians. There's anyway so intense. And then Jupiter is also retrograde, and Jupiter and Saturn having this conjunction, and your ruling lord is Saturn, Capricornians. So, oh my God, your drama would be at next level. And you are with that savior complex, like you have to save the whole world. You have to save everybody. who is sleeping wrong, who is eating wrong, who is not doing this right, who is not, why are you doing this not good for you? You have that savior complex. It must be tenfolds. Okay, who are the Capricorns in my life? I think in the month of November, I may block you. But I'll unblock you. December, as soon as the Mercury retrograde effects are over, middle of December, I will unblock you. But till that time, don't call me. Let's see what's happening with Capricornians. Yeah, my lovely Capricornians, I really like you also. There's so many zodiacs I like. So much politics around you. So much. People are trying to pull you down. But my darling Capricornians, you are smarter than all of them. All I want you to do is zip it. No confrontations. No expressing. I know, very difficult for you. Very, very. You are literally, there is no filter. You are like a mirror. What is happening inside is what you will get. But that's your challenge. That's what the universe wants you to change. The universe wants you to balance. Fake it. Fake it till you make it, my friend. Fake is not such a bad word. It's okay. Fake it. For your good, fake it. And I'm not saying fake it to like somebody else. Oh, I love you. No, fake it that you're okay. You don't know anything. You will get so much information in this month. You will know who is playing politics around you, who is suppressing you, who is pulling you down. You will know everything this year. But I see healing. You are a born healer. That's why you have this savior complex. You have an internal soul need and greed to save everybody because you're born as a healer. But what is the point of it, my friend? If you crucify yourself, you have to now. The need of the hour is you heal yourself and only yourself. And you will be on the new adventure of life. I promise you by the mid-December. And as soon as we enter the Capricorn month from the 21st, 22nd December, you will tell me, Janvi, I feel like a newborn child. I feel like I am like so, yeah, like, wow, I love it. So you need to do that. You need to heal yourself and nobody else. That's all you need to do. Because you will know everything. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to meet that person tomorrow. I'm meeting this person and I know that she did this to me or he did this to me. And talking so... Fake it. Fake it. Trust me, you'll win this. Just listen to my guidance for once, Capricornians. That person will feel so guilty and so weird around you. Make them a part of their politics. Entangle them in their politics. And you can do that with reverse psychology. Don't go directly like, don't go hit them. Don't do it. Relax. Don't be so self-punished and self-sacrificial that, no, I want to... Capricornians are very difficult to control. When they want to do confrontation, they are so difficult to control. So, but I'm just going to tell you to put up a brave face, keep smiling, keep doing your thing. And by the end of it, you'll be on a new adventure of life. And you will tell me when December comes like, oh my God, I never thought this journey will end. But guess what? It's not only over. It's like so amazing for me. You will say that. Plus, I see some Capricornians getting onto some new hobby, some new fun things they want to do. Concentrate more on that. Focus on that. Don't focus on these people who are your enemies or who are trying to pull you down or who are playing this politics around you. Don't do that. Some of the Capricornians want to break a family. Some are heading for a divorce or a separation. I'm going to tell you, take a separation. Don't file anything as of now. Just don't. Relax. Maybe take a step back and maybe separate. Just have this distance for a while. It will get both of you that space to think, to reevaluate life. But if you're planning to file a divorce or something, just take it easy. I mean, you can always do it after mid-December also. But till mid-December, you need a lot of clarity because maybe it's not the two of you. There are a lot of outside interferences that are breaking you up. And Capricornians are very vocal. If they have their friends or their family who are breaking them up, they will say it. They'll say, oh, my mother is like this, my father is like that. But everybody is not as brave as you, Capricornians. Everybody is not able to accept that their side of people are breaking you both apart. You have to give that space to your partner to figure it out how he or she is going to tackle this. You may tackle it like a warrior, but the other person may not be born to do that. So have that compassion, have that empathy, have that support, and just for now take a break, take a sabbatical, take a separation, but don't think of a divorce at this point, at least not in this retrograde. So, but yeah, I think post mid-December, you'll be in a much better mental state to take the right decisions. Let's see what's happening with Aquarians in this month of November, where Mercury, Jupiter, all are retrograde. And your Aquarians, your ruling lord is also Saturn. And if you heard the last video, the whole conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter is actually very good, because whatever karma has been put in past, the rewards will come now. But let's see how this whole planetary position is affecting you. Nice. Oh, wow, Aquarians, such a massive breakthrough in business. Personal life, not so good. You'll be guilty. I mean, because Mercury is retrograde, I think you're saying the most hurtful things. And, acting so passive aggressive and acting like so weird, and you will be guilty. I mean, internally, I don't know how much are you going to own up to your guilt, but you will be guilty, whatever it is. But there's a massive breakthrough where your work is concerned. You'll have a very big breakthrough, and you will be very silent about it. I don't even think your shadow is knowing about it. You're going to have this breakthrough and you're going to keep it to you. Bravo. Silence is the key, my friend. Do that. Have a little patience. Some of the Aquarians I see are not feeling very healthy. They're feeling very compromised in their body. They're like, oh God, I have to live this kind of a lifestyle where I'm not like, they're not able to do things that freely. It's okay. It's a matter of time. Give that. And I see a shift of the treatment. I don't know if you're going to change the hospital, you're going to change the doctor, you're going to change the entire medicines or entire approach towards your healing. But there is a shift in your whole treatment process that needs to be taken, into your hands. And that is a kind of a realization and awareness that you are going to get in all this retrograde. You'll be like, you know what? I don't think this doctor is able to figure out, because I'm being entangled in all this, but actually you may be having some very small problem. And you're getting through treatments and tests for all very big issues. But there's this one small thing that's actually bothering you. And if somebody can nail that, the whole alignment will happen. So if all the Aquarians, some of you are going through this kind of a problem, then reevaluate, take second opinion, meet some other doctors and meet some other people, and don't just become so much in your shell and you're like, no, I don't want to talk about, people are giving me all our evil eyes, I'm getting sick because everybody's giving me evil eye. Come out of it now, have a reality check. You're taking yourself too serious. So don't do that. Just take the advice, take the suggestion, move forward, change the doctor. As I said, change the whole treatment and you will be okay. Then work is looking very good, job is looking very good, business is looking very good. And just don't, as I said, even if you're a little stressed in your work or your health or whatever it is, just don't throw this weight on other people and don't say the most harsh thing. It's so strange. Aquarians are very detached people. And they're lovely because their love is very pure. They love, but they're very detached. They're emotionally detached. But it's a very rare occurrence that they get angry. But if they get angry, they will say the most toxic thing. They will literally slice you, cut you so deep that you will be like, I can't believe it that I told you this and you're using this information which I told you against me to put me down. So Aquarians have the art to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, Aquarians. This month, trust me, hold on all your, these natural cravings and urges of belittling people. Hold it and breathe through this month, because this, as I said, you feel guilty internally, you feel guilty, but for Aquarian to apologize is impossible. It's not going to happen on this. I don't think I'm going to see that. I don't know how many of you know any Aquarian who apologizes and say, I messed up. Please, if you have, comment down. It'll be a very good surprise for me. So, first they'll never apologize, but you're feeling guilty. So, when whatever you feel, if you say, the body doesn't hold that energy. But if you're feeling guilty and not apologizing, so that's the toxic energy that is in your body. Then it brews inside somewhere. It starts brewing. Yes, that's how energy works actually. To your surprise, Aquarians. So, ऐसी बातें बोलो ही नहीं there where you feel guilty, then you're not sorry. So don't do it only, na. Zip it. Bite your tongue. मत बोलो. It's okay. It's okay. You're very passive aggressive. You feel attacked for nothing. Even if the wind is blowing in your direction, you're like, oh my God, you'll take it a personal attack only. So relax. Your creativity very high. You're very romantic. That is also if you want to. It all depends on your mood. You're very like that. And you're very lucky where work is concerned. A lot of cash coming, a lot of business coming, a lot of breakthrough coming, a lot of success coming. So bravo. I'm happy for you. You need to be happy for you. That is what you need to do, my lovely Aquarians. Rest. The month looks very good. Just bite your tongue. And keep your health your top priority. Let's see what's happening with Pisceans in this month of November with this whole Mercury retrograde and Jupiter retrograde. And how are my lovely, cute little, very soft, very fragile Pisceans are handling it? Not bad. As I said in my previous video, that the most beneficial planets, zodiacs for these retrograde are water sign zodiacs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They're going to benefit the most if they take it in their benefit. Wow, nice. Pisceans, only and only if you could shut your mind, because in all your cards, the only problem is your mind. You have love, you have celebration, you have good health, you look good, you're feeling good, you're actually fine, you've got good social life, you're fine, you're living well, you're eating well, you're dressing well, it's all fine. But your mind is constantly telling you otherwise. Nothing is good. Your mind is not letting you believe in only. Now what to do? So we'll have to shut our mind. We'll have to balance it. We'll have to make our conscious thinking a little more positive. So what you need to do is dance. Dancing is very natural for you to align your body. The card of dancing is here. Just dance. Just dance. Spread your hands. Spread your energy and just free-spiritedly, playfulness, and just dance. And I want you to kind of see the sunrise every day. If you can see the sunrise, it's going to really, really give you a lot of, because Jupiter is also retrograding, and just like Sagittarians, Jupiter is also your ruling lord. So, when there's such a big planet of cosmos is your ruling lord, you believe also you know it all, but of course you also believe you know it all, but you're not like Sagittarians. You're not in the face, I know it all. You believe you know it all, but you'll very passive aggressively like, okay, listen to everybody's advice. So what happens with Sagittarians? They don't listen to anybody's advice. They are like, I know it. You, on the other hand, you listen to everybody's advice, but you do what you need to do or you want to do. So you're very passively know it all. You're not in the face know it all. So you also, like Sagittarians, need to change that. Because yes, you may know it all for others. The others are benefiting from your knowledge and your gyan, but you are not benefiting from it, my lovely Pisceans. Please don't do this anymore. Yes, your advice can come from anywhere. You're the most intuitive zodiac. All Pisceans are born psychics. They're all psychics. They have paranormal signs, paranormal energies. They can sense, their senses are so high. So you can probably have anybody and everything in the universe can talk to you. I swear. Universe talks to you and sends you messages all the time. But your logical brain blocks that because Jupiter is the ruling lord. It's all about logic, gyan, knowledge. And then that blocks the whole conversation, the whole message system from the universe. You get it, but then you don't get it. You get the message, but you don't get it. Aren't you tired of this? I am certainly tired of this. You need to change this. Pisces, Saturn is in Pisces and you're going through that 7.5 years of Saturn in this thing. You really need to karmically take charge of your life, be more disciplined, put your hard work and don't cry on the result. You are like owning the planet of pity party. And I've been watching this for over a year. You're doing this every time I pull the cards for Pisces. You're not handling this Saturn transit in your zodiac. You're like, you can't take it on me. So don't do that. Just relax, Pisces. You need to, your life is actually good. There's nothing really, if you have to sit and, tick box, life like normal tick box you have, like you eat well, yes. I dress well, yes. I live well, yes. Is my health good? Yes. Do I have enough friends? Yes. All the boxes are tick. Have more gratitude and be more happy. You're happy, you'll attract happiness. Is whatever you are going to attract. You're a very powerful zodiac. So please listen, take the guidance. Please, Pisces, you're so fragile. I always feel like you need the most care. But the problem is that you don't care. So don't become an emotional baggage to your own self. Forget others. If they can handle your baggage, it's fine. Maybe they are in your life to do that. But you are only not able to take your emotional baggage anymore. You're coming to a breakdown. I want a breakthrough. I don't want you to have a breakdown. Choose a path. And that's the kind of choice you need to make in this month of November in all this retrogrades. That is your challenge. That is your karmic duty to yourself this month. I'm not going to say be an egoistic person or be like that. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying be kind to yourself. No, be nice. It's fine. Everything is actually nice in your life. I mean, I've not pulled a single card which is saying like, oh, my hell is loose. No, things are okay. You need to believe it. You believe it, it'll happen. So just relax, celebrate, go dancing. As I said, dancing is very, very important. And I see a nice breakthrough. Something in your work life is happening in the middle of November. There is a good news. There is a breakthrough. You're going to get that. So then we have gratitude. Then celebrate it. Then you're like, nice, good. I got this. Yeah. But seriously, I don't know if I want to do it. It's always that, you'll make a dessert. You'll make a sweet dish. And then you'll put a handful of salt in that. Tell me if you don't do it. Tell me if I'm wrong. You won't be able to say it. So my darling, my lovely Pisces, enough tough love I gave you. Now love yourself. I gave you tough love. You remove tough from that. Take the love and give it to yourself because you're lovely. You're really lovely. You are a born healer. You are lucky to other people. Your energy is so... You cleanse everywhere you go. There is a cleansing, like kind of an energy that walks with you. And imagine what's your condition. So much clutter here. Declutterize. Just let it go. Tell your mind, sharp, I'm fine. Everything is great. Every time the thought comes like this, just sharp, it's okay. I have a great life. What's the problem? Today is like this, then it'll be great. I'll always be good. Have that mindset and you'll be good. So that brings us to the end of all this Mercury retrograde, Jupiter retrograde drama and the repercussions on each one of us. I hope this video is fun and is of this guidance is of some benefit to each one of us. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. There'll be a lot of videos coming up, and subscribe, like, and share. Bye-bye. Love you all.